Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, this is Tyler. This is going to be a video about why a narcissist comes back. I want to go on ahead and say something right quick before I get into the whys. For all of those who have been in a past or present situation to where you had an encounterment with a narcissist in a relationship, friendship, or a marriage, to where you had a talk with that person and it didn't even work at all. And so it led for you to see that person didn't even want to change at all. And then it led to you to cut that person off for good. And then all of a sudden, that same narcissistic person noticed when he or she got cut off and then somehow wants to come back into your life. I want to tell all of you something, that same attitude of what that narcissistic person brings, of acting like he or she has not even done anything wrong to you, refuses to take responsibilities of their actions, of their wrong actions, of what's been done to you in the past. What do I mean by that? That person doesn't even want to invest their energy or time in order to make things right, such as, have I done anything wrong to you? Or apologizing and bagging it up through their actions. You're not going to see a narcissistic person doing that. And you know the reason why? It's simply because of arrogance, self-centeredness, and their pride is so big up inside of their heart due to thinking the whole world evolves around that person, point blank. So the same energy when that person doesn't give no attention to make nothing right with you, it's the same energy which you should be giving back to the narcissist. And a lot of you are probably asking, what do I mean by that? After you cut off the narcissist, you don't have no business wasting your time and putting your energy to give attention to the narcissist. In other words, you need to start being stingy with your energy, is what I am saying. Point blank. Because a narcissist loves attention, but when you're not giving it to that person, woo, that narcissist start getting mad and angry and real upset. Or like, why you ain't answering my calls? Why you ain't answering me on social media? Why you ain't answering none of my texts? They can't stand it. So people, you're going to have to take a stand and start being stingy with your energy when after you have cut off the narcissist. Take a stand today. And if you have stood in the past, I applaud all of you. And sometimes you got to get to the point you got to change your numbers. But let me go on ahead and get into what I'm to get ready to talk about. The first reason why that the narcissist come back is simply because after you cut that person off for good, that narcissist go trying to develop a friendship or a relationship with someone else or maybe other people. But that someone else or those people, they're not going to tolerate their mess of self-centeredness, pridefulness, none of that. They're not going to put up with it at all. And so, what happens is, that same someone that they're in a relationship, friendship with, give the narcissist person the curve too. Or the other people as well. And so, what the narcissist does is say within his or her mind that Oh, I can go back to the same person who put up with my mess for a long time, which is you. That's what they do because they know that other people ain't gonna tolerate their mess, and and the narcissist can't get their way at all. And you're mainly their last resort of trying to come back into your life. Now, the next reason why the narcissists come back is simply because the whole world is falling apart after you cut that person off and the creator of the universe has moved you on. And the creator of the universe is tearing them up on the inside, tearing them up of the wrongdoing of what's been done to you. And that person cannot take it no more. Cause they're going through so much mess and getting tormented on the inside of their wrongdoing of what's been done to you. Can't take it no more. So what that person will do is, come back to you in order for you to have a little sympathy or a little compassion on what he or she is going through. Like to play that trick, but what the narcissist refuse to do is to take responsibilities for their own actions and to recorrect their karma, what's been done to you. And they can't take it no more. And then while they can't take it no more, they see you as, okay, I want to come back into your life because you were so good to me. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was peace there. I gave you hell, but I need some of that piece of what you got. And you're like, oh, H to the no. You can't come here. Can't come here. But that's the reason why that narcissist person come back, because everything is crumbling apart and they're going through so much mess, and the creator of the universe is tormenting them on the inside, and they can't take it no more, and you are on their mind and they can't take it no more. And so that narcissist person had to come back to you to say, I've been through a lot, to get you as a tactic so that person can sneak on in. So don't always fall for the trap. Now, I said this in the last video. Here's a very interesting one that the narcissists come back into your life. Is that that person had a failed relationship with someone else doing him or her wrong. This is what a narcissist person will do when wrongdoing is done unto him or her, is that after that failed relationship or friendship, that person just decide to come back to you because of all the goodness of what you have done to him or her. Now here's where it gets very sneaky. The narcissist, which is very rare, like I said, don't expect no apology from him, but a narcissist will apologize. And you know the reason why that narcissist will apologize, but it's very rare, is simply because that narcissist doesn't even want to be by himself or herself. That narcissist can't find nobody to treat them like gold or silver, or treat them like a princess or a prince or a king or a queen. Can't find nobody. But I will tell you, but what's under that apology is a hidden agenda to try and to get you back. But that apology, I tell you and I kid you not, is not backed up through their actions. That hidden agenda is to drain you dry. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. So people, like I said in my last video, don't fall for an apology. Never. From a narcissist. But like I said a moment ago, it's very rare for a narcissist to do it. But when a narcissist do it, it's always a hidden agenda behind it. But you have got to start taking a stand and saying the buck stops here. And taking your stand. Sometimes you're going to you can't enter in. You done too much damage. I forgive you, but you can't enter in here in order to protect your peace. So, I'm going to go on ahead and cut this video short. All of you have a great and wonderful day and evening.